Yeah, is this a jazz joint?
Air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel that air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. Take off. I'm on a rocket, a space dog. Bought a new car from Elon, wanna race. I've been asking how long is it gonna take. I've been cracking the car, had to break it safe. I've been riding my wrongs, had to change my ways. I was stuck in one place, so I had to shake. They try holding me down, but I found my way. Roddy Rich and so bicycle love me. Ride away, then my heart went on ice again. Find the balance, my patience been going thin. In the field every day till I reach the end. Popping up on your side like we out of bounds. Ain't no way that they think that it's stopping now. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. Air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel that air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out.
What is up, football fans? What's going on? It's your boy Avery, and I am your humble host of the Air It Out podcast, brought to you by Inside the Hashes. It's a pleasure to be with you all this evening. It's good to be back, baby. Listen, I don't know if y'all see, but we got the CEO and the coach in the building today, tonight, this evening, wherever you're watching from, if it's afternoon or morning, I don't care. But it's going to be an amazing show. I'm pretty sure you guys know it's going to be an amazing show because of all the things that have been taking place. So I want to introduce these fine gentlemen to you, starting with the CEO, Mr. Jerome Jones. Say what's up to the folks, my guy.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I'm excited to be back, man. It's been a little bit for me, so I'm always excited to be back with you boys. We got a lot to talk about.
Do we ever? Do we ever? A whole bunch to talk about. Coach, say hello to the folks, man.
How do I say this? This is gonna be a real interesting show, y'all. It's just getting crazy out here, and the NFL is weird this year, but I love it. It's a little bit new, a little bit old, and I can't wait. So let's just get it started, man. Let's get it started.
Listen, I'm down to get it started. Listen, before we do get started, though, just want to remind you all, please leave us your comments in the chat. We are live, so we will respond to you. And if you got an opportunity, scan that QR code down there at the bottom. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Check out the website, www.insidethehashes.com for all the football needs. Listen, we're going to jump into the prevailing thing of this week. If you did or did not know, the NFL trade line has come and the NFL trade deadline has come and gone, passing yesterday at 4 p.m. And listen, y'all, there's been some splash moves that have taken place, a bunch of moves all throughout the league, and some major names in some new cities. And so here's how I'm going to pose the question to you all. Which traded player and or compensation most intrigued you? Which was the one that you were like, oh, MG, Mr. CEO, I'll start with you. Talk to me.
See, I want to start off with this one, but I'm gonna do it because y'all already know what's on my chest right here, right? And there's only two things I care about: my Eagles, and I care about what's going on in my division. And the most intriguing one has to be what the Cowboys did. I have to say, getting Quinnen Williams for a second-round pick and a first-round pick. And yeah, we're gonna get saucy. We're gonna talk sauce. We're gonna talk sauce. Trust me, we're gonna talk sauce. But for me, I think the most intriguing one is Quinnen Williams going to the Cowboys. And it's not really the fact that they got Quinnen Williams. I actually think that's a great
Quinnen.
Quinnen? Is it Quinnen?
You such an Eagles fan. You think it is Quinnen. It's Quinnen.
Quinnen Williams, man.
You're right. Quinnen Williams. Listen. for me, it's not even the fact that they got him because he's a great player. Put him next to Green Bay guy Kenny Clark. Put him next to Kenny Clark. That's gonna be a problem in the inside. My issue is you are a 3-5-1 team right now. Or was it 3-6-1 team? It's even worse. And you do a big acquisition like that. And I'm like, I get it, but then I don't, because like at this point in the season, you're like, all right, let's start winding it down. Let's start thinking about the future. Let's start, keeping some of our picks. We got a whole bunch of picks from the Marco Parsons trade, and you get a Quinton Williams. Quinton. See, you said Quinton. It's Quinton. Okay. Yeah, Quinton Williams.
We all turned around.
And you still need help on the back end of the defense. Now, yeah, you could be like, all right, this is a futuristic pick. I get it. But you have all those picks and you got the offseason. You don't know who's going to be an off. I don't know. I just think that Jerry Jones just needed to do something. Don't get me wrong. I feel like he just needed to do something. And again, great player, great pick. Kind of confused about some of the composition that you gave for, like, only playing in history is sneezing. No, for real. No, funny dude. But it is kind of weird for me with like giving away a first and second when you just gained a first and second for the Michael Parsons trade, and you're on the back end of a record. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird for me, but I think it's a great pickup. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good pickup. But who's gonna be defending back there, bro? Because not looking good.
I feel you. I gotta touch on that point, though. Because a lot of people are talking about the compensation. But for me, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of they got 2 first-round picks, if I believe, for Michael Parsons. So they had 3 first-round picks. They gave up 1. They still have 2, and they gave up a second. So they still have 2 first-round picks, and that second first-round pick is essentially their second-round pick. So they didn't really lose anything from a pick standpoint outside of maybe 1 extra first-round pick. But if you're saying that Quinton Williams would have been a first-round pick type of guy anyway, which he was, it doesn't matter there. And then it's the standpoint of, you talk about where they are record-wise. The reality is they're not that far behind the Eagles as far as winning the division, because division games matter. Yes, okay. The 3 games back. But also keep in mind, Jaden Daniels just went out probably for the year, which would have been the biggest threat to the Eagles, aside from the Cowboys, in the division, because as good as Jackson Dart and the Giants look, they just lost Cam Scatterbo, so we got to see what the identity of the football team is going to be from there. But the Cowboys, if you're saying that the biggest hole is on defense, you get a phenomenal defensive player, you could potentially make a run because your offense is top 5 in the league right now. You could absolutely make a run, but that's the only pushback I have there, Coach. Oh wait,
real quick before I let Coach go, right?
Okay.
That's the other issue I have with it in the timing. You're right. You're completely right. If he can be a first round, blah blah. But look at the notable guys that are going to be free agents next year that you still got to pay. You still got to pay Quinton. I agree. Look, you got Dante Fowler that you need to pay. You need to play Javion Williams. You need to pay Pickens. You need to play Sam Williams if you want to. Jalen Tolbert if you want to. You still have Damian Clark. You still have Brandon Aubrey. You got some names in here that you still need to pay. And I'm pretty sure for the 2017, you got some guys in here as well. Malik Hooker, Solomon Thomas, Overshown. If he comes back good, then you're going to really have to pay him. Like, you're still going to have some money issues that you're going to have to take care of. On top of Quinyon, however you say his daggone name. I'm not going to say his name anymore. Q. And you still got to pay Q. So it's like, you're in a sense, you're kind of putting yourself in that same predicament with Parsons. Now, Parsons is going to be one player that's going to get a historic contract. Don't get me wrong, but you still need to pay all these people, and to bring somebody of that caliber on.
Not because you got to think. All right, so you said Javonte Williams, who's on a 1-year deal, right? I mean, he's not a premier back in the NFL, so are you going to pay him a max contract? And or we've seen these rookie running backs come in and be really good. You could just draft a running back. Then you look at somebody like Brandon Aubrey. He's a kicker. He's not getting a max deal. He's probably max. He'll get $4 million a year. Then
He's
you got
the highest paid kicker. He's gonna be the highest paid.
Hold up,
of course, without question. But again, that's not counting.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not.
But then you brought up some names. Now, the only names I would agree with are Malik Hooker and George Pickens. Those two, you definitely want to lock those guys up. And obviously, Quinn and Williams.
Hold up. Let me ask a very, very simple question. You named all of these people. You name me one of them that makes a better impact than Q, that is a better player than Q, and that can be a better centerpiece than him.
No, what I'm saying is that's not what I'm saying.
No,
what I'm saying is you still gotta pick you, right? And you got a lot of pieces on defense. You got a lot of pieces on defense that you're going to be losing this offseason. That's what I'm saying.
What pieces what pieces on defense are you?
Do you really want to keep right now?
That's exactly the
I'm about to lead out every position that's about to be a free agent this offseason. Linebacker, safety, edge.
No. Give me names. Give me names.
Kenny Murray.
Trash.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. Hold on.
He's not trash. He's not great.
I'm sorry, but
I'm not about to
right now we're comparing this again. So who possibly would have to take money from Quinn and Miller?
Now Overshown?
No. Don't get me wrong. There's a list right there.
Real. Kenneth Murray? No.
Okay, so Kenneth Murray. No. Kenneth. Hold on. All right, let's go through the list. Kenneth Murray, replaceable. Okay. Yeah. Donovan Wilson.
You already did. You're kind of
replaceable.
Yeah.
Dante Fowler, definitely replaceable.
Even a journeyman.
Definitely replaceable.
Robert Jones.
Actually, Dante Fowler's their best edge rusher right now.
He is.
That's the issue.
And that's only because wait, hold on. He's not their best. He has the best stats. The best is somebody that they keep dropping in coverage because they're idiots. Their best pass rusher is James Houston. He's nice. They just keep dropping him in coverage because they're idiots. Okay, let's just put that out there. Like I said, the only person on this list defensively that I'm like, yeah, you want it. There's only two guys, Malik Hooker and Overshown. That's it. And obviously Q. You gotta resign Q. Outside of that, everybody else is like,
I'm sorry. Honestly, Overshown, yeah. Malik Hooker, somewhat for me, but everybody else is easily replaceable, and they've all been journeymen the last at least.
I won't say easily replaceable, but I would say they're replaceable in the sense of you can probably find guys who do what they do, but they got to fit the system, they got to fit the culture, they got to understand the defense, they got to do all the things. But again, let's not forget they didn't lose that many draft picks. Like I think that's the other part that we're forgetting. It's like, yeah, maybe they don't have the cap. That's why they have draft picks. Now, notoriously, they haven't drafted well. But you lock in a D tackle, so you assure that the middle of your defensive line is straight with Quinn Williams and Kenny Clark. You lock in the back end of your defense with Malik Hooker. You already got Traven Diggs under contract. I would absolutely lock in Overshown because he's an absolute animal on the football field. The rest of the guys you draft and build around because now you got your staple pieces. And if you think pass rush is the thing, go get a pass rusher.
They just got also Logan Wilson, who is honestly a competent linebacker.
He's absolutely
I'll give him that. He's
a competent run stopping linebacker. Let's call it what it is. He's a competent
again. But that's what they need. But that's what they need because they can't stop a nosebleed right now. They couldn't stop me if I was trying to run through a hole. That's how bad it looks right now.
Oh, I seen some of those highlights of Kenneth Murray. Oh my God!
Listen, I'm gonna leave it.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna leave it as what it is. Jalen Phillips to the Eagles is absolutely phenomenal. So let's get back to the topic and let's go to you, Coach. What was the one standout trade for you? What was the one where you like? Oh yeah.
First off, thank you for reminding me, Brandon. Screw you, Jerome. Y'all decided. Listen, we gave you Jair. You did not need to take Jalen Phillips from us. That's who we actually wanted. I didn't care about Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Jones. That's a nice pickup and all, but Jalen Phillips, that's the pass rusher we needed. That's the guy that's going to make an impact coming in from day one. But I digress. That's a whole other thing. Now, I'm not going to go Sauce only because it's some fact Sauce is, I mean, it's Sauce. We know what he's going to do. We know he's going to excel. But I'm going to give you a sneaky one. Jakobi Meyers. Jakobi Meyers to the Jags. That is the sneakiest pickup I've seen this entire trade deadline. Because you got to think.
You know why?
Huh?
You know why it's sneaky? Because he's the only one on that team that know how to catch.
Bro, listen, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my God. So listen up. You got to think like this, right? Other than the he can only catch, right? Jakobi Meyers is going to be that solid number 2 for them, which now is going to allow that offense and that actual team to open up. You got Brian Thomas as the number 1. Jakobi Meyers is a solid number 2. That pairing right there is going to allow Trevor Lawrence.
The way he's played this year, I'm taking Jakobi as the number 1 and Brian is
listen. But again, number 1, number 2,
I
those
two paired up
is going to be what Trevor Lawrence needs. A solid hands over the middle when they really need it. BTA is going to be that big threat that they actually need, and he can stick to what he's best at. And now you can also take Travis Hunter, who y'all drafted so high, put him in the slot. Allow him to work on them short choice routes, digs, in cuts, all of that stuff. That's where he's going to shine the best. And now, since he's not on the field more, he can actually play a little bit more defense. So not only are you helping your offense, but you're helping your defense with one easy move. And it didn't even cost you that much.
Yeah.
Dang. Now he's down for the year. But again,
no. He's saying like his production has been down for the year.
Listen, I'll take the down production when you don't have the crew around you to do what you need to do, and you're having an off season. You can easily inject new life into it, the same way Amari Cooper did a couple years ago with Dallas. Think about it. Amari Cooper came over to Dallas, and he looked like a whole different person. And so he helped that offense go and be better.
Let me ask you this then. If that's the case, if you're saying that, Brian Thomas Jr.'s numbers are down because he didn't, quote unquote, have like a support, are you saying, because in a way you're kind of inadvertently saying that Travis
Hunter is the number 2 right now?
Okay. All right. You answered.
I'm flat out saying no, he's not a number 2 right now. I'm sorry.
I respect it.
I love it. I love the talent that he has. His talent is number 2, almost borderline number 1. But he, right now, at a production standpoint, as an experience standpoint, he's not a number 2. That's okay.
Great analysis.
It's okay. But that also means that now him being at that 3rd, he's going to be able to play both of his roles that he needs to play. The guy that can be a gadget, the guy that can go ahead, get a choice, use that athleticism to really get open and really actually be productive on the offensive side, while now allowing him to also be more productive on the defensive side because he doesn't have to burden and try to do all of this on offense. He doesn't have to be almost 50, 60 snaps out there. He can play 30 snaps on offense and then 30 snaps on defense. That would allow for more versatility, whether it be offensively, defensively. That's going to be the biggest and sneakiest move there is, period.
Yeah. I agree with that because, you got to think about it too. Like, right now, they don't have a number 1 guy, but they got 4 guys that they can rely on. Because we forgetting about Parker Washington. He's a very
solid.
He's very solid wide receiver. Now you can take all 4 of your guys and rotate them X, Y, Z. Like, you can move them around so they don't have to be, oh, you're X, you're Y, you're Z. No, you can put them all in each spot and kind of mismatch them depending on your formations. And then, like you said, Darren, you can now use Hunter to be a little bit more dominant on the defensive side, but then have him come in and rotate in that in that third, fourth spot sometimes and get some catches and be a little bit more productive.
Boo.
That'll be for the that's a little bit later. He getting a little ahead of us right now.
All right, listen. I have like it's 3. It's like 1A, B, and C that I feel like are sneaky good moves outside of the big splash names of the Quinnen Williams and the Sauce Gardners, right? There's 3 that I'm like, oh my God, I don't think people really understand what took place. And number 1, I want to start with, excuse me, Joe Alt goes out for the year. Joe Alt goes out for the year.
Joe Alt delete.
And Joe Alt is an absolute phenomenal player. You can't.
That's a beast.
But
that's a dog.
Then they go and trade for Trevor Penning from the Saints, who is, in my opinion, if he's the second best lineman on the Saints team. I'm surprised that the Saints actually did it, but I'm like, wow, they may have just balanced out their season, because it's like, obviously Harbaugh is a run first physical. We want to get the ball in between the tackles and then run play action and all the different things. And then you go out and get Trevor Penning, who, again, is a very, very underrated lineman in this league because he played in New Orleans. Now we're going to see how really good he is because of the fact that he's going to play on the Chargers, who are going to be on the main stage much more. So I like that move a lot. Go ahead, Coach.
Real quick. Could y'all imagine a line that has Penning, Slater, and Alt all starting?
Oh, don't forget my boy Becton.
Back then,
he's been injury prone. He's been a little injury prone, but
listen. I'm telling you, like if Harbaugh gonna get an O-line, okay, let's put it that way.
That O-line gonna look real scary, y'all.
Number 2,
one thing Michigan always has offensive line. Michigan always had an O-line, no matter what.
1B, all right. And I don't understand why people aren't talking about this. This move literally just opened up the entire offense. Raheed Shaheed to the Seattle Seahawks opened up the entire offense. What was the one thing missing from that offense? The down the field.
They had to make JSN the deep threat.
They were just making JSN, and because he's so good at creating separation and doing all the things, but he's not a speedster. He's not a deep threat. He's a route running savant. That's what he likes to do. That's what he's great at. And you just got a speedster who can take the top off. And I'm as great as he's been already. I'm predicting, here's a hot take, we will have our first 2,000-yard receiver in JSN because of this move. Because of this move, it takes, now you can't just, he's too good of a route runner already. He's too good in the slot already. Now you take a safety out the box, out of the equation, because you go ahead and not put a safety deep and see what Rashid Shaheed does. Like I'm like, wait a second, nobody's talking about this move. Okay, now
I think everybody's forgetting about what the Seahawks just did to the Commanders. Like, did we not watch that? Excuse my language. A whooping, the BTA of what happened.
And their rookie, their rookie guy, he's a beast. Like listen, I'm trying to tell you, listen, the Seahawks, that move was such an underrated move in my opinion. All right, and then the last one, I'm not a hater, so I gotta give props to where it's due. Howie cooked. I don't care what nobody say. Howie cooked. All 3 moves were phenomenal. Not just Jalen Phillips, but you also got Jair Alexander and Michael Carter. Stop it, yo. Come on, yo. What are we talking about right now? Why is nobody talking about that? Everybody's talking about Jalen Phillips. They also got Michael Carter and Jair Alexander. Now, granted, in the one game that we saw with Jair Alexander on Baltimore, he was getting cooked. That's not the type of the defensive style that he needs to play or wants to play. He was getting destroyed. They benched him. Oh yeah,
it was 2 games. It wasn't a good fit.
The Eagles now with Jalen Carter, Jalen Phillips, Jordan Davis. Theoretically, they're going to get some pass rush now from the middle and the edge. And then you put Jair Alexander, who thrives off taking advantage of mistakes. And then Michael Carter, who's just, just one of the better nickel guys in the league. Like, I don't think people are really, like, paying attention. I'm like, wait, did y'all see how he did? Like, he cooked for real. And granted, of course, he didn't land the guy he wanted in Myles Garrett because obviously we know he was gung-ho for that. But he gets Jalen Phillips listen, man, it's 1A, B, and C for me in that regard because I'm like, I don't. How did he pull this off? How, bro?
So we gotta really be honest here, though. The Carter move, that would be a better move, and I love the Phillips move. I'm not a fan of the Alexander move for y'all, only because, and I'm saying this as a Ravens fan, I think there was more to it, and I think there's something that it really is going to carry over. There's no reason why a guy like that was not able to play in man coverage when we know he was a good man cover corner. We know he also was a pretty decent zone cover corner.
Well, it's because of two things. Okay,
listen, he was getting cooked too easily for me.
It's two things. One, hamstring, right? Hamstrings are they're tricky. Okay, so that's the first thing. But the second thing is, no offense to Baltimore, not having Nnamdi absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah,
it destroyed.
I've been saying that all year for us.
Not having that interior, without having that interior pressure, it affects the other pass rushers on the outside because Mike Green is young, he's a rookie, and on the other side, Odafe Oweh, before he got traded, wasn't really producing because it was more so a product of, we got to double Nnamdi, and so he can get single cover. So now we're going to single cover the guy who had 10 sacks last year. We're not worried about the rookie, and then we're obviously not worried about anybody else on the interior. With that being said, you're not getting pressure. Yeah. And like I said, Jair's a corner. He reminds me, and I've said this from before, I'll say it again. He's an Asante Samuel type. He takes advantage of mistake, and he takes advantage of it in a way because of the pass rush that is generated that forces quarterbacks to get the ball out of their hand quickly. Now, the Eagles, theoretically, have fixed their pass rush problem. Obviously, we know they can get interior pressure. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they're going to do that. The issue was they were allowing a lot of quarterbacks to bounce outside because there's no exterior pressure. Because we're going to block Jordan Davis. We're going to block Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith, outside of him being out from part of the year, hasn't really gotten his feet under him so far this season. So now you add Jalen Phillips. It's like, all right, who do we double? Do we still double Jalen? But then we got another Jalen over. But then Jordan, if he gets singled, and that right there, just that, putting that into the mind of offensive coordinators is like, that right there helps a guy like Jair Alexander thrive. And so to me, that's why I'm like, those moves can't go over under the radar to me. It's sort of like, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, Jalen Phillips, absolutely. But Jair and Michael, and again, it's really Michael Carter for me. That's the one I'm like.
I give you Michael Carter and I give you Phillips. But again, Alexander played the first and the third game for us. Every other game he was either hurt or I hope he scratched. And that's what's my concern because that health bug has followed him to the Ravens.
Sure.
Is it going to follow him to the Eagles? Because that's the biggest thing when it comes to production. Your availability.
Yeah.
You're not available, you can't be productive.
Yeah.
Is he going to be available all year long for y'all? And how are y'all going to truly deploy him? Are y'all going to have him in the middle? Y'all going to have him outside? How is that going to work?
Well, I'll say this. I think he may be healthy in Philly. Here's one thing that I don't think people really give credit to the Eagles for. Their strength and conditioning coach, whoever he is, gets them durables ready. Like, they don't have a lot of drastic season-ending injuries. Like, we haven't heard of, again, that's a little bit of blessing and a little bit of DNA, but it's also like their medical team gets them prepared.
No, trust me. Listen, I trust the Eagles medical staff and their trainers. Like they do their thing out there. I give them that.
So it could be a situation where, like, because again, you got to think. You look at somebody like Darius Slay, who was aging, and he never really missed time in Philly. Like, more often than not, the older corners get hurt, and he was out there almost all the time. So I'm just putting it out there like that. But yeah, those are the moves for me that I'm like.
Can I chime in? Can I chime in?
By all means.
Go ahead, Eagles.
I just wanted to listen to y'all and just kind of like let y'all cook a little bit. But I think there's something y'all missing. Just there was something that y'all missing, right? Because these moves, right? And I don't want to get too hyped up and be like, yeah, like they're our starters and they're gonna get 50 sacks and 100 interceptions and we're gonna be good. Like, no, I'm not gonna be doing all that. I'm not gonna.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
But you gotta think of how the Eagles been and how the Eagles looked during the 2 Super Bowls that they got to and won. Depth. You gotta think about the defensive line that they had. They had guys rotating both Super Bowls. Now think about it, right? Let's say what's his name? Carter. I'm sorry, Jalen Phillips that we just got, right? Let's pencil him in as the starting edge right now, right? Let's say he's not as productive, but he's solid, right? Let's say he's just solid. That's a great pickup. Why? Because we got Uche that's been playing pretty well. He's probably, not Uche. What's the other one? They're not listening to him on here.
I still got Hunt over there, right?
Hunt been balling out lately. We also got to remember Jahan Campbell been playing edge rushing here as well. He's a really good edge rusher because we got Nakobe Dean back and he's been playing middle linebacker with Kobe.
Campbell right at that secondary level with linebacker.
Without question, and you're hitting it on the head. I said this.
We still got Jomo. We still got Carter. We still got Davis. Like, we got players that we can rotate on that defensive line now. Now, when you think about it with the corners, right? You got Zaire.
And don't forget Brandon Graham. Don't forget Brandon Graham.
And Brandon Graham. Yes. Sorry, thank you.
Right. He definitely did come out of retirement for like.
My boy just came out of retirement.
I'm sorry, yo. That's still crazy.
Brandon Graham don't even have to be he hasn't been like a number one super kind of guy. He's been a great rotational guy. He's been really good at the run, and he's been getting pressures. That's all I'm asking for.
Brandon Graham is the white Freeney now.
I don't need you to get 6 sacks, bro. I need you to get here and there, a couple of sacks here. Help stop the run.
Hey, look, Dwight
get pressure on a quarterback.
Dwight Freeney Falcons to the Super Bowl. How about that?
Dwight Freeney had 8 sacks every year, basically after he left the Colts in a part-time role, and it worked. That's why I say Brandon Graham is literally Dwight Freeney.
Exactly.
And I love it because Dwight Freeney was him.
Then you got to think about it in the aspect of the DBs, right? You got Zaire Alexander, right? You're hoping that he's the number 2 corner, right? But let's say it doesn't work out, right? At the very least, have him as a 3 or 4th corner, right? You still have Quayon Mitchell. He's our number 1, right? You got Cooper DeZean, who could play the slot and the outside because he's been playing a lot of outside lately on his defense. They've been putting him on outside. I don't know if y'all noticed that. They've been putting him on outside. We'd rather not have him on the outside, but if push comes to shove,
they had to.
He can go on the outside. We can pick Carter in the inside and then mix it all up as well. So I like it in the aspect of the person that you got that's probably going to be the biggest question mark, who's just Zaire Alexander. All you did was basically swap out draft picks to get him. Basically, you went from a 6th to a 7th and got Zaire. So higher, low reward. I mean, high. However you want to say it.
Low risk, high reward.
High reward. Yeah.
There we go.
Low risk, high reward right there. Now the only one, Jalen Phillips, you got a little, pay a little hefty price for him. Hopefully you can keep him healthy. But if you keep him healthy, at the very least, he's gonna get some pressures on you because he was leading the league in pressures before he came in, or second. He was either leading or second, something like that. He was top 3 at least. So he's gonna at least pressure the guys. And if he's pressuring, you got the two guys in the middle. Come on, man. So that's why I like the picks. I'm not sitting here going to be like, oh, they're going to. Hey, we got our Miles Sanders in this trade. I'm not saying that, but if you think about how they can move things around and have a rotation and the way they've been playing with the Super Bowl, and they're already comparing him to Josh Sweat. We just lost Josh Sweat. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I said it at the beginning. I said it when all those players left. I said at the beginning of the season. I said it, you know, when the Eagles stopped, were 2-2 and so on and so forth. I said what I said. I said what the issue was the fact that they did not have that rotational depth on the D line, which is what the calling card of those teams are. Losing Josh Sweat, losing Milton Williams, losing Brandon Graham to retirement. All those things were going to affect that team. And it did. But now, like you just said, they just kind of replenished some of that depth. Now, we'll see how it plays out, of course, right? Like, we got, names are just names. Players got to play, but we'll see. But
the player I was referring to was Azeez Ojulari. I forgot about him, but he is on IR. But I think it's only 4 games IR. Okay. Forgot about that. Oh, and don't forget, we're getting Nolan Smith. He should be playing this Sunday or Monday. He's coming back as well. So you got him in the rotation too? Yeah. I'm okay. I like it.
Like I said, solid rotation. We'll see what happens. All right, listen, we're gonna move into our next topic today, and it's very, very simple. Okay, we're at the point of the season where we know what's going on. Right, like we kind of know what's going on. Teams have kind of put their stamp on, like, yeah, we're legit, and we're kind of at the bottom of tier. We're not going to do anything. But then there's those guys that you're like, we're not 100% sure. Are you a threat? Or are you not? So here's what I want to know. Okay, obviously we've got the division leaders. Current standings are New England at the top of the AFC East. Pittsburgh at the top of the AFC North, Indianapolis at the top of the AFC South, Denver at the top of the AFC West, and then in the NFC, the Eagles at the top of the NFC East, the Green Bay Packers at the top of the NFC North, the Tampa Bay Bucks at the top of the NFC South, and at the top of the NFC West is a tie with the Seahawks and the Rams. So here's my question to you. Who are the biggest threats? Who are the biggest threats to these division leaders right now, in your opinion? Out of all these division leaders, who's a team within that division that you're like, you know what? I think these guys might actually win it, or at least make it very interesting. Coach, I want to start with you. Who's your biggest threats in these divisions?
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be fair to my guys here. I'm only gonna speak on two, and I'll make it real simple. The AFC North is trash, y'all. It's been trash this year, and that's coming from a Ravens fan. But we have finally figured something out. We finally figured out how to actually make that defense work somewhat. We got our guys back where they need to be. Got a little bit of help on the edge. Got a little help on the inside. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't look too comfortable for me. I can still see Baltimore coming back with the way we are playing now and the schedule that we have upcoming in the next few weeks. I see us making a road run and still winning this division. If it wasn't for the fact that Tyler Huntley came in and actually beat the Bears, yeah, that would never have been coming out of my mouth. But with that win, that sparked some, and is really going to allow this defense and offense to really, really try to push these next few weeks. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Ravens, possibly taking over the Steelers. Sorry, Jerome, your team is fine. Ain't nobody beating y'all. It is what it is. Y'all division is secure. The Cowgirls suck. The Commies don't got Daniel, so I don't trust them whatsoever. And there ain't no more Scatterball and ain't no more New York Magic going on. That's a wrap. But that NFC North, ew. That's a crazy division. You got a 5-2-1, you got a 5-3, a 5-3, and the Vikings at the bottom with 4-4. The Bears have a better record. They have a 5-3 record, tied with the Lions. Coming into the season, people wouldn't have said that. But I'm saying it now. That division is almost up for grabs. And it really comes down to the last few games, especially on how that division shakes out. Right now, Packers are in the lead with 1-0 in their division. Detroit's at 1-2. The Bears are 0-2. And the Minnesota Vikings are 2-0 in that division. I can see sneakily the Vikings coming up and winning purely based on the division record. Purely based on the division record. I can see them going 4-2, 5-1 in their division. They have the team to actually do it if J.J. McCarthy knows how to play. But coming out of that division, I still see Detroit being the front runners right now. I don't trust the Packers. I'm sorry. I like Jordan Love. I just don't trust him enough to fully win it. I trust Jared Goff to do what he came to do. I've seen him do it. And I trust that Vikings defense, Jay Jettas, Jordan Mason, those are the guys that I'll trust for the Vikings to actually win. I don't trust J.J. McCarthy fully. I don't trust him fully because I have not seen enough of him fully to trust him that much. But I trust Jared Goff to get that division lead.
All right.
But don't be surprised. Vikings might make a move.
Okay. Not mad at it. Let's go to you, Mr. CEO. Biggest threats.
I'm going to stay my biggest threat, but I'm going to say that the ones that's definitely not a biggest threat is the NFC East. Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3-game lead for the Eagles. Well, 2.5 because the damn tie. But the 2.5 to 3. Everybody in that division seemed like they're getting injured. Too many injuries. Cowboys defense is looking putrid. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the Cowboys real quick, because since we're not reviewing games from last week, let's talk about that play. Real quick. Oh, listen, I'm a Michigan fan, and I do not like Ohio State, but I loved Ohio State on that night.
Listen, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
just got paid too.
if you don't know what the CEO is referencing, just type in Marvin Harrison. Just type in Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Cowboys. You'll know exactly.
That's all you see. That's all you see.
I'm not gonna lie. The funniest part is bump the fall. Look at his feet. Watch his feet, man. It's so funny. Like it's like
no. The funniest part
is doing, man.
The funniest part is George Pickens saying.
No, it was CeeDee Lamb.
George, like the fact that your receivers is like, what you just.
In case you don't know.
Oh God!
In case you haven't seen it.
Oh God!
Here it is.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh God!
Pull it up. Oh, we gotta see it.
Oh God!
I love it.
Oh no! It was cut off. It's cut off at the top of the screen.
No, hold on. I try to get it. There you go.
Oh God! No, this is just highlights.
I'm gonna run it back real quick.
Run it back.
Yes.
Oh!
One more. Left that man in the dust, bro. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
He finally looked like Maserati Marv playing the Cowgirls. He looked like Maserati Marv, like we was coming out of Ohio State.
That was bad.
Oof.
That was
for
bad.
real.
All right, great laugh, y'all.
But who's your biggest threat?
All right, so my biggest threats, and I appreciate what Coach said, and I get what you're saying, but I think you missed out, bro. NFC West got 3 6-win teams.
I had to say
the Arizona Cardinals team that can smash you.
I had to say something for y'all, man.
All right, bro. 6-win teams, and all right, we got the Seahawks 6-2. You got the Rams 6-2. The 49ers 6-2 or 6-3. I'm sorry, 6-3. and Arizona 3-5. But my thing is too is if you want to talk about a potential threat, why are we not talking about the 49ers? We got a healthy Christian McCaffrey for once in whoa. I got him in my fantasy. Hold on. I got him in my fantasy. But he's been healthy all year. He's been a catalyst for this offense. They've been playing with a backup quarterback, a bunch of running backs outside of Christian McCaffrey, banged up wide receivers. Their number one receiver has been Jennings all season. They're gonna have
Kittle out for a while. Warner's out. Nick Bosa's out.
Bro, Ayuk's supposed to be coming back this week. Like they let him practice this week, so we're gonna see if he's gonna come back. You still got Ricky Parcells that's gonna be coming back soon. You still got George Kittle on that team. People forget about him. He's still good tight end, even though
out for a while, but he still was doing his thing.
Correct. The only thing I'll say that's the biggest issue I have with them is they missing their middle linebacker right now. I'm banking on his name right now, but. Yeah, Warner, bro. Other than Fred Warner, phenomenal player. He's out for the season. That does suck. But this team is making it work with that. Now imagine if they get healthy. Oh my goodness. Well, dude, that could be a sneaky team. That is a sneaky team right there. I hate to say it because I don't like some of the 49 players, but they're a sneaky team. And they have a chance to get healthy and start running now. If the injuries start piling on, then I'm gonna start because that's been their MO the last couple of years. But if they could get healthy, because they usually back-ended injuries, they get front-ended. They front-ended right now. So if they start getting healthy and get back on track and get Purdy back in, dude, I can't say. And I know everybody's on the Seattle right now, and I get it, but. You can't talk about experienced quarterback, experienced coach, and experienced team in the playoff atmosphere. Watch out.
Yeah,
the Rams are good too. Don't get me wrong. Rams are really good, especially on paper. But
listen, I feel you. And first of all, shout out to B Merch. He said the Bills are biggest threats to the Pats. I agree. And to me, like I understand why nobody said it. It's kind of low hanging fruit, of course, right? But at the same time. I mean, the Patriots are looking really good. It's no guarantee that the Bills are going to do it. But in Jerome, you actually stole my pick because I'm like, yo, they're 3-0 in the division and they're not healthy, bro. The San Francisco 49ers are 3-0 in their division and they're not healthy. Like I don't think you really understand that. Ricky Pearsall's not on the field. Obviously, Debo's not on the team anymore. Brandon Ayuk is still not on the field. Like and you saw Nick Bosa go down, and then they obviously just traded for another defensive end. But it's like Fred Warner goes down. Like they're not healthy, and they're 3-0 in the division. They're 6-3. I agree, man. Like if they get healthy, like they really could go on a scary run, and I wouldn't be surprised with that. But my answer though. Outside of San Francisco and obviously Minnesota, again, who is also 2-0 in the division. I agree with that take, Coach. For me, though, I'm going to have to go with, and people are going to think I'm weird for this, but I'm going to have to go with the Houston Texans. The reason being is because I think Houston is starting to figure it out offensively. The question was their offense. It wasn't really their defense. And I think they just got 2 wins, and they're starting to figure out their identity on offense. I think there's a strong possibility if they continue to start clicking on offense, and obviously having C.J. Stroud being out for this week is probably going to set them back a little bit. But if Davis Mills can come in and just get them 1 win, keep the momentum going, and they can get to 4-5, I think Houston has a extremely viable shot to challenge Indy for the division lead. And the reason I say that is because Indy, quote unquote, hasn't played anybody yet, right? That's what they say. They haven't, and then they played a quality team in the Pittsburgh Steelers and lost, right? So it makes me wonder, are they a product of their schedule? I believe that it's more than that, especially with the way Jonathan Taylor has been playing and Daniel Jones has not been turning the ball over. They're playing extremely good football and their defense is solid. And they just got Sauce Gardner. So it makes it a little bit harder. But I think Houston, if there's a team that is just kind of sneakily, potentially going to contend for the division, if they continue to figure out that offense, we know their defense is good. I think Houston could do it. Jerome, I saw it.
I want to add one more team real quick. Out of the AFC West, and no, it's not the Chiefs. I'm gonna say the Chargers.
Well, that one's easy.
That's a good one.
That one's easy.
You want to know why?
They're 3-0 in the division.
You want to know why? Yes, exactly. They're the only team in that division that has a running record in the division. The Denver Broncos are 0-1. The Kansas City Chiefs are 1-1, and the Raiders are 0-2. So right now, they're only one game behind Denver, and Denver have not been playing good outside of the fourth quarter. I don't know what it is about that fourth quarter.
Offense. Defense is still there. Offense.
But remember, and I don't know how long Surtain is out, but he's out. So that's
he's on IR, I believe, like 4 weeks or something like that. But real quick, y'all, real quick. 2 points real fast. Anybody peep whenever the 49ers are actually healthy, they go to the Super Bowl in the last 5 years? Every other year that they are not healthy, they are either A, missing the playoffs completely, or B, losing in the championship game. Either way, that team does what it does. We knew what they were going to do. But, Avery, quick question for you. Do we know who the Texans play next?
The Texans play the Jags.
And directly after that, they play the Titans. They could go on a 2-game winning streak right now. That is 2 games up in the division, along with 2 more wins, bringing their record to now 5-5. Going in to face the Bills and then play the Colts. Them next 4 games really going to matter to see if the Texans are going to do what you say. I like the odds, but they got to win these next 2 games. Yeah. Which means Davis Mills got to play out of his mind to beat that Jaguars team. That Jaguars team is sneakily good.
I was about to say Davis Mills is going to be playing this next game because Stroud is out with a concussion.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I know. I got him in fantasy.
Oh,
and that's where it's like, as long as if he can keep the ship afloat, win a game, don't lose us a game. Win it if you can. If they can somehow find a way. And I could absolutely see this game being a win for the Texans, 13-10. Their defense is that good. Like, if you can just outscore, take every point that you can get against the Jags and win that game, and then CJ hopefully clears concussion protocol, comes in, knocks the dust off against the Titans, who are just not good, and then goes and play Buffalo at home, who the verdict is still, the jury's still out on Buffalo. I mean, yeah, they're 6-2, but they lost to the Falcons. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm a Falcons fan. We not it. And then the Colts. I'm just saying.
The Texans have only let up 1 team to score more than 20 points on them all season, and that is the Seahawks. Every other score. Rams was at 14. The Bucks was at 20 exactly. The Jags early on this year was at 17. The Ravens were at 10. The Titans were at 0. The 49ers had 15. And the Broncos on a last-minute field goal, 18. That defense is legit. The defense is legit. Can that offense do the same? Where's Nico been at? Because I have you on fantasy too. Nico, I got an issue to pick with you right now. Get with Stroud because I need you.
But I think that it plays on health as well, right? So now that Christian Kirk is back and it looks like he's fully healthy, I think he's going to kind of probably take him into that Tank Dell role. I think they need to start leaning on Noel a lot more. That dude is a route runner. He's nice.
Noel over Higgins right now.
And me too. And I think with him being in the slot with Christian Kirk on the outside, potentially create some mismatches there. So, and that's why I say that. And then we're not even talking about them and their tight end, who in my opinion, is still one of the better tight ends in the league. He's extremely athletic. So me personally, I just feel like
Woody Marks, Nick Chubb, and Joe Mixon comes back at the end of the month.
If they could just continue to figure it out on offense, I'm just out. The Texans,
so they can block for the boy, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, listen, we're going to jump into our next segment, and that is talking about some upcoming football, and that is this week's Thursday night football game between the Raiders and the Broncos. I'm going to be honest, not really looking forward to it, because, it looks like the Broncos are probably going to stomp the Raiders. But these Thursday night football games have actually been really good. There haven't been too many blowouts or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. They might be able to, the Raiders might come to play and get busy. And, maybe Ashton Jeanty finally does something. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But let's talk about it. Thursday night football preview. I'll start with you, CEO. What are your thoughts about this game?
See, I would have said that the Raiders would have a slight chance if they still had Jacoby Myers. They just traded him away because I'm like, all right, the Broncos are kind of loose on the DBs, even though the DB that filled in for Shatan last week played pretty well. And then my boy, white boy Wonder, did well out there in the corner spot as well without holding for like the first time all season.
Riley, he's a good corner. He just got to work on his discipline. That's all.
Yeah, I like Riley Moss. I got to talk to him at the Senior Bowl. Really good cornerback. I feel like he was going to be a starting quarterback in the league. So yeah, he had that physicality about him, and he did well this week as well. But the only way I could see the Raiders really doing it is if Geno steps up, because Geno been Genoing. He looking like the Jet Geno, looking like the Jet Geno. We need that Seahawks Geno. And if you get Ashon Jeanty get going, they can get the offense going, man. Start getting some play action plays, things like that. I liked what's his name, Trey Harris or what's his name?
Trey Tucker.
Trey Tucker. He's a good wide receiver too. He's more of a deep threat kind of receiver, but I feel like he has
more like G knowing. No, Geno, don't throw that. No.
Geno. But he definitely needs to play a little bit better. Rely on the running game, have the play action, and they can be well. Defensively, they could be a little bit better. I'm not gonna say they're a terrible defensive team, middle of a pack kind of defensive team. But I also think that the offense is not helping them either. If you be on the field as much as they are as a defense, of course you're gonna give up plays and this and that. And Max Crosby is a straight effort guy. He's gonna put in effort, but he's gonna get tired after a while. That boy, it's only so much effort you can get in. Like, you're human too, so not a cyborg. And that's my guy. I do like him. I'm glad that he did not get traded because there was some trade rumors going around him as well. But I'm gonna give this straight up to the Broncos, man. If they don't play with their food and just play 4 quarters instead of the fourth quarter, I think this is an easy game for them. Go in 8-2, one of the best records in the NFL, and keep it going, man. I can't see the Broncos losing this. I really, really can't, to be honest.
All right, Coach.
Broncos only lose for 2 reasons. They can't stop the run, and Geno is Seahawk Geno. That is the only way. That is the only possible way. You trade away your best receiver. Now you only have, as Jerome said, Trey Tucker. He's a deep threat at best. I'm sorry, that's it. Your next best threat is Brock Bowers. So your game plan going in, if anyone is smart, you stop Ashton Jeanty and you do not allow them to play action. That takes out Brock Bowers over the middle. That takes out Trey Tucker going deep. That is the formula right now that the Raiders have to play. They don't. There's no point. The Broncos have everything that you would actually need to play, other than the plays first to third quarter. But other than that, I mean, they're good. Good defensively, good offensively when they need to. But yeah, it's not a good look right now for the Raiders. I don't put my trust in them. I barely having faith in Ashton Jeanty lately. I know he had a couple good games this year so far, but they're few and far between because you don't have what you need. You don't have an O-line. You don't have a good quarterback. You don't have the pieces around you. So, sorry. Broncos.
Real quick before you chime in, Jerome, I want Brandon in the comments to let me know why he says that they low-key set Geno up for failure. But Jerome, go ahead.
What? That's an easy question.
I want to hear from him, though. I want to hear from him. And then we'll go to Jerome. We'll go to Jerome, and then we'll go to you to answer the question as well.
Okay. Real quick to answer. Well, say something that Braxton just brought up. I feel like they traded Jacoby Myers because he wanted to get out of there, and he just wanted to get something out from him. But you got to think about it too. And I didn't get this when they drafted Brock Bowers because they had Mike Myers. And he's a good tight end too. Now they can go into 12 personnel, or is 11? I'll be forgetting. 12 personnel. Yeah. Okay, they could go in 12 personnel and run off of play action a lot, which you don't really need two receivers for that. And let's be real, Jacoby Myers, yes, he's their best receiver, but he's not a guy at receiver. So like they was able to move on from him. They go into 12 personnel. Have two tight ends on the field at all times, have that run threat. Both tight ends can block too. That's the thing. Both of those guys can block. So if you have both of them out there, they have rely on 12 personnel a lot more. Have Geno in the play action. I think that's their mindset on there, and I think it makes sense. Now I'm not saying that's gonna break the bank, whatever. But I'm just saying I think that's what they was thinking when they was like, all right, we can move on from a guy that already said he don't want to be with us. We're not really planning on re-signing him. We got two really good tight ends because we got to see what Mike Myers did when Brock Bowers was out of the game when he was injured. So let's start doing a little bit more 12 personnel, have two tight ends in, have them blocking, have them, release on some routes from here and there. And, we got Trey Tucker who can just go up the field and open it up for us out that way. And everything underneath, we can just do that, keep Geno nice and safe, no crazy plays and forcing stuff, play action. Ashton Jeanty will have more blockers on the field, which will help him out. Kind of makes sense, but we got to see how it all works out too.
Okay. Coach, you want to answer the question?
Yeah, I actually agree with what Brandon just said, but I'm going to take it a little bit further. Not only do you trade your number one guy, because let's be real, yes, he's not a guy in the league, but he was their guy. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be the number two to Davante Adams before Davante Adams left, and they did not replace him. They said, Jacoby Myers, step up. You're the guy now. He's not that, but you still get rid of him. Geno Smith is best realistically when he has a true number one threat, along with at least a solid number two. That's when he was at his best with the Seahawks. He had Tyler Lockett. He had DK Metcalf. He had people to throw to, air it out to. He's not a guy that's really been tight end centric. He's not that. That's never been his really game. And now that he does not have a good offensive line in front of him, yes, the Seahawks line was not that much better, but it looks night and day. The Raiders to the Seahawks, they look night and day, other than Anthony Bradford. You suck. But still, like, what are we talking about? Yes, you got Ashton Jeanty. Who's blocking for him to run and create lanes? Who's blocking so that he can actually go out and catch a good pass? Not that O-line. If you can't protect your quarterback, you're setting him up for failure. You're barely giving him pieces, and you're giving him a defense that at best is mediocre. I'm sorry. They set him up for failure.
I'm not disagreeing. I just wanted to hear from you guys. I would say that the only pushback I would give there is I don't know if he's set up for failure or if the Raiders just suck. Like I think
it could be just both,
I think the Raiders just suck. Like I don't
think
think
both. And
Yeah, I don't think it's a situation where they set him up for failure because it's like, all right, he wasn't producing with Jacoby Myers either, so it's like might as well get some value. So it's like they just suck. Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And but like I said, I think that's gonna just help them get Mike Myers on. They're trying to figure out how to get both tight ends on the field anyway. And like you said, the offensive line's not that good. You got a pretty good running back that you feel is good in there, and he shows glimpses of that. He's still a rookie. Don't get me wrong. He shows glimpses. Let's pick more people that can block on the field, have him run, and let Geno do easy throws so he's not throwing picks because that's really what it was. Let's protect the quarterback. Let's lean on a run. Let's lean on a tight end. We don't need a number one receiver because we wasn't really giving him the ball anyway. So, yeah, that's my mindset on it. I think that's what they're thinking. That's the only thing I can think they're thinking. So, hopefully, Brandon's fantasy will help out on that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Also, real quick. Can we talk about how the Seahawks has got to be studied for like releasing quarterbacks right before they just fall off a cliff? They did it with Wilson. They did it with Geno. I'm just wondering because as soon as you Sam Darnold, I can't wait.
Hey, listen. That's a topic for another. That's a topic for another show. But for me, Raiders Broncos. Obviously, for me, I think I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a close game because the Broncos haven't shown me much offensively that makes me think that they're going to just light it up. Like they're good in the fourth quarter. Like they know how to close out a fourth quarter, but it's not like they kill him. Like unless they start fast, right now I'm going to say that it'll be a close game, but the Broncos will win. Like, and when I say close, I mean close in the sense of like they'll win 24-7. That's not close in retrospect, but it's close in the sense of it'll be 7-7 until the fourth quarter. That's what I mean. And
it's going to be a 7-7 game. They might win by a touchdown, a little bit more, but I don't see it being 2-3 scores.
And I think it'll be more than a touchdown. And I say that because in the last two games, the Raiders have given up 30 points, over 30 points or more in the last two games. And prior to that, they beat the Titans, and in the game before that, they got 40 put in their head by the Colts. So their defense, to Jerome's point, they suck on defense. So I think the Broncos, if there's a game to unlock your offense, this is it. If there's a game to start fast and figure the thing, this is the game, right? Like it's time to get that engine going. Sean Payton, get this thing going and not have to wait until the fourth quarter of every game. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I think it's pretty much a consensus there that we're going to go with the Broncos to win the game. As a matter of fact, let's pull up the graphic of the game picks and let's lock in these game picks for the Thursday night football game. Right now, as you can see, Juan is in sole possession of first place at 86, 48-1. Darren and Jerome are tied at 85, 49-1. Jerome is making a come up. I have slid a bit. I'm in fourth place at 82, 52-1, and Darius is in last place at 79, 55-1. I'm just going to say it now. Darius has been having some questionable picks, but whatever. Well, whatever. It is what it is. So it'll be very, very interesting. But I think right now, if I'm hearing correctly, everybody's picking the Broncos. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be another Thursday night football, just like last week. A get-right game for a team that needs it, and a team that sucks still sucking.
Yeah, no, I get it. And to Brandon's point, division games, they always turn out really, really well and different than we expect. Prime example, I think all of us picked the Detroit Lions to beat the Vikings, and the Vikings came out with JJ McCarthy and said, we're gonna win this game, right? So it's just like division games always happen that way. I mean, let's talk about week 3. Everybody picked the Falcons, and the Panthers put 30 on their head and didn't allow them to score. Division games are always like this, so it could be a very, very much more interesting game, but we'll see.
I do want to say one thing.
Absolutely.
I've been giving the Cowboys too much credit the last 3 weeks.
I think we all have.
And every time I'm like, I think I should pick. the Panthers game, I'm like, I think I should pick the Panthers here. The last week's game, I think I should pick, Cardinals. Bro, I'm giving them too much credit, but I'm happy that they're still losing. So I'm not complaining about it. But I'm saying, if I really went with my heart.
Why are we giving them credit?
Listen, I'm not a Cowboys hater. I'll just, it is fun.
Say their name, say it correctly, Cowgirls people.
It is.
Cowgirls.
See, I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not a hater.
Right,
So, but ladies and gentlemen, listen, that's gonna do it here at the Air It Out Podcast, presented by Inside the Hashes. Man, it's been an absolutely great show. Great to be with you guys. Check us out. We're going to be back. We should be back this Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those who may be on other parts of the country. But 10 a.m. this Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. We can't wait to lock in with you all. Hashtag 350. You know what I'm saying? If you're a true OG, you know what we're talking about, okay? But like I said, as usual, do me a favor, scan that QR code down at the bottom of the screen. Go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get and turn on the notification button. You know what I'm saying? You'll get notified when we go live and do all the things. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get your comments put in the show like you saw in the chat today. Shout out to everybody who was definitely in the chat. Hey man, listen, we could definitely bring some guests on. You know what I'm saying? Saturday, we'll hook you up, B. You know what I'm saying? Be ready. 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? 10 a.m. on Saturday. We're gonna get it popping. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the Air It Out Podcast. For Coach, for the CEO, Mr. Jerome. My name is Avery. This is the Air It Out Podcast. As a matter of fact, I think I see one other comment in there. Nope. All right. Just wanted to make sure. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the Air It Out Podcast. And I'll say this: if Geno stops patting the ball, he should probably call Matt Ryan because he got to stop patting the ball. Because I think that's
you don't ever say this
the reason.
I love it. It's patting the ball.
You gotta give it to him. Like he is patting the ball.
It don't matter.
I don't know why he's not like
football.
He's really the ball.
He's going crazy. The ball out of his hand.